y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. You guys, Ready to Love season 7 episode 12. And just when I thought Morgan could not one up herself, she takes the opportunity to prove me wrong. Okay, I was like, Morgan can't be that crazy, and she was like, you want to bet? And I'm like, Morgan can't be that mean, and she was like, you want to bet? And like, she has to prove me wrong every single time. But before we get into all of that, I need y'all to do me a favor. If this is your first time here, go ahead, sit back, relax, watch the video on through. And if you like what you see and you like what you hear, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button and join the family. If y'all one of my lovely members or subscribers, hey y'all, how y'all doing? But y'all, don't play with me. Like this video now, okay? I know y'all want to wait and see what I got to say, but a lot of y'all been here before and y'all know y'all gonna like it. So just go ahead and like the video already, okay? Now let's get into this review. So all the men meet up at the new lounge for the week with Tommy, okay? We are down to 4 men. Y'all, I did not realize that we really got down to 4 men. And I'm not gonna say fast, but I just didn't realize that we was down to 4 men, okay? So as you know, the men have the power this week, and Tommy tells them that you can't find love alone. So he wants them to introduce them to their family members. Tony invites Morgan to meet his sister, and he says that her opinion really matters to him, okay? Her opinion is everything to me, he said. His sister reaction when he sat down and told her that he met someone that he think may be the one, she was like, you think everyone may be the one, Tony? He's like, no, seriously. This one might really be the one. So now I'm sitting here side-eyeing Tony like, Tony, is this the thing that you do? You just go around picking out girls thinking that they're the one? Because that's the vibe that is given based off your sister. So Morgan came in her yellow dress, and I'm going to act like I didn't see the little hole underneath the sleeve when she went to give him a hug goodbye, okay? I'm going to act like we ain't see that. But I love the yellow dress. Y'all know how I feel about the yellow on the melanated skin, okay? It's just a thing. It should always be a thing. Now, Morgan's trying to tell his sister that, you know, he needs to soften up when he talks to her because he's very mean to her. He's just mean to her. Every time he gets in his feelings about something, he's mean. And that's why I understand why people are like, oh, he's just so soft with it. Tony was so soft with us because I haven't seen it. And she even tells his sister that they need to go to counseling to work on their communication. And sister was like, what? And I was like, what? And everybody was like, what? Counseling? Who goes to counseling when dating? First of all, who goes to counseling when dating someone that you literally just met and you do not have to deal with them? If you feel like you need to go to counseling now, 3 weeks in, then maybe you just don't need to be in this relationship. It's not like y'all need to go to counseling like premarital counseling or marriage counseling so y'all can work on staying together and remember all the good things about each other. You just met each other. If the red flag is flagging that bad, baby, peace out and be gone. Because I'm sitting here like, this sounds stupid. This sounds absolutely stupid. She's like, it's an accelerated process. So everything's accelerated. You could just choose to choose yourself. You don't have to choose Tony. You just don't have to. If you feel like the red flags are all in the way. Because if it's something that y'all can't resolve, then you gonna go ahead and bounce. You can do that now. You don't even have to wait if you want to be technical. But anyway, let's keep going. So when Morgan leaves, Tony asked her, how do you feel about her? And she was like, I like her. But do I like her for you? I don't know. I don't know if I like her for you. That means no, Tony. That means that she don't think Morgan is the one for you. She may be all right, girl. She may be cool, but not for her brother. Point blank, period. So Anthony brought Cynthia to meet his little cousin. And before Cynthia got there, he asked him, like, what do you like about her? What do you don't like about her? Okay. He said, the only thing that I'm really concerned about is, you know, her baby father. He crazy. Like the energy he gives off is very negative. It's very like aggressive. Don't like it. And I can totally understand exactly what he was saying. And I told y'all, ain't no man gonna want to deal with that. Nobody's gonna want to deal with that. I don't care how much of a catch you are. Nobody's gonna have to do. No one's gonna want to deal with your baby father and his shenanigans because he's gonna be around forever. Forever. Okay. So when Cynthia came in, cousin just got straight to the business, okay? He was like, so tell me about James. I said, well, damn, can she get a drink? Can she get her food? And she was like, so what about James? And he was like, so I heard that y'all ran into a little rough patch or whatever. She was like, you don't have to worry about James. I handle what I need to handle, and it always gets handled. I said, okay, Cynthia. I handle what I need to handle, and it always gets handled. Point blank and period. Don't worry about James. Worry about Anthony. Child was sitting here like, yo, Cynthia know how to put them words together like it ain't nothing. I promise you she do, okay? They start talking about how Anthony don't be outside. And Cynthia said she could get him to get outside because he gonna be outside with her. And the cousin was like, ooh, if you could get him outside, then that means he really love you. That means he love you more than he loves me because he don't never want to come outside. And then Cynthia was like, I could get him to come outside, watch. And the next thing you know, he was like, I like you. I like you. She was like, you like me now because you were just beating me up 5 seconds ago? I said he was, though. Not even gonna hold you. He really was, though. But ultimately, he thinks that Cynthia is a great girl. The only thing that still concerns him is her past relationship, which I already told y'all was going to be something that stood out like a sore thumb, because no matter how you want to view it or not, that man ain't going nowhere. So Andre brought his sister and his niece to meet Cynthia and Jeffrey. Y'all, as soon as he told them that they have children, sister was like, nah, why are you even doing this? Like, why are you trying to deal with these women who have 2 and 3 kids? Like, this doesn't make sense, Andre. But nonetheless, they're going to, see it on through. When Cynthia comes in, Cynthia sees the fact that, like, it's women. And she was like, ooh, child, I got to put my big girl panties on because women see through women. And that is one thing I can tell you is the truth, that we see things that men don't see. Which is why I could respect the fact that they brought the women, because the women definitely can see past the pretty face, the nice body, the clothes, the makeup. We can really see who a person is on the inside versus a man who gets blinded by a lot of this. They get blinded by all of this. You know what I mean? So they asked Cynthia, like, so you have 2 kids. So how do you feel about having more kids if he wants kids? And she was like, I already told him 2 more kids and a dog. And it was like, the dog is a must. And she was like, the dog is just in case he decide he want a 3rd child, we just get a dog because I'm not having no more than 2 more. And I like the fact that Cynthia is open to having more kids, but Cynthia is 37. And I'm like, girl, you want to have 2 more kids and you're about to be 40? Good for you, girl. If you can do it, go ahead and do it. And if you got the will to do it, then go ahead and do it. But that seemed like a lot. That definitely seems like a lot. How old is Andre? I can't remember, but I feel like he's definitely going to want kids. So he might need someone a little bit younger who's willing to have some more. But I guess if Cynthia's willing to have them, then hey. So Jeffrey showed up and, oh my God, her voice. Y'all, I really don't want to talk about no scenes with Jeffrey because I can't deal with the fakeness. Like, it's overwhelmingly fake. Like, it's to the point where it's just, like, you can see through it. It's so fake. It's like it got faker as the episodes went on. Like, she turned from this regular girl to this voice being extremely, like, and like, she's just so, I don't like it. I just can't deal with it, and it bothers the crap out of me, and I just had to get that out. I just had to. Okay, but anyway, when she comes in, she says hi to everybody. But Cynthia was like, who the heck is this? Because Jeffrey done came in with this long dress all the way down to her ankles, and she got her sleeves down and a turtleneck all the way up to here. So I'm just trying to figure out who the heck is this? I said, this is Jeffrey. She's a fraud. She's a fake, and she puts on for everything. Everything and everyone. Because she wants to come off as if she's this perfect person, and I don't see how anyone's buying it. I really don't. But hey, let's get into it. The sister straight up told Jeffrey that her kids are a liability. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Because that's when I would have been like, chill out. Chill out. You're doing too much, okay? But I respect the fact that she didn't jump over the table. And neither did Cynthia. Because I would have been in my feels about that. Because what you're not about to do is call my kids a liability. Period, okay? But then they asked her, so what do you bring to the table? Now, I'm not a big fan of what do you bring to the table. Because I feel like I bring me. Is that if that's not enough, then I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, Jeffrey says that she brings everything that a man could possibly want, she has. Jeffrey, whatever, okay? Great. Whatever that man wants, you have. All the men, anything that they could possibly want, you have. Great. So Cynthia says, well, me on the other hand, I got 2 of everything. I got 2 bachelors, 2 masters, 2 businesses, 2 children, 2 at everything, baby. And no, he won't have to be a stepdad because my kids got a dad. They got a dad, but he will be a bonus dad. I said, okay, Cynthia. I mean, I guess if that's what you got to bring to the table, sis, then go ahead and bring it to the table. Cynthia also seems nurturing, and she also seems very attentive, and she seems like she moved with intent. And I like that about Cynthia because it doesn't come off disingenuine. Even if she is, I can't tell. Jeffrey's in her confessional talking about somehow she felt judged. She felt judged because, like, why are you asking me on what I bring to the table? Why not ask your brother why he chose me out of all the women who didn't have kids? Because you was the easiest to sleep with. I said it. I'm sorry. You was the easiest to make out with. You was the easiest to fill up on. You was the easiest to allegedly sleep with. It is what it is, Jeffrey. Gosh, y'all, I've been trying my best not to say it. But I said it. And it's too late to take back now. So let's go ahead and move on. So when Jeffrey and Cynthia leave, he's like, so tell me which one y'all like better. So Denise was like, I like Cynthia. You know, if I had to choose off the conversation we just had, I like Cynthia. And the sister was like, I don't like neither one of them. Nope, neither one of them. It's too much baggage. They come with too much baggage. They got all these kids and all this other stuff. No, like, go ahead, find you somebody else. And I also feel like Andre is not a good fit for neither one of them. Cynthia's too grown, too mature, too everything for Andre. No. And Jeffrey, I mean, if you want to keep doing what y'all doing, go ahead and do what y'all doing. But I don't take it as nothing serious. And that's just how I see it. So Tony takes Morgan out on a one-on-one date because he wants to talk about this counseling. Because, like, what you mean we need counseling? And he really want to get down to the bottom of the situation, okay? And Morgan said that she recently learned that Tony put her in a very compromising position with another woman. So I'm sitting here like, okay, so you recently learned Tony put you in a compromising position with another woman. Give me the details. So then she says, and I'm not going to allow him to make me out to be a fool. So I said, okay, so go ahead and let's go ahead and get into the things, because y'all know your girl love a little mess. And I was sitting here with my arms crossed ready for it all, okay? She says that she has some concerns, and one of the biggest concerns is that she doesn't know if the things that Tony promised her and say he's going to do are accurate, okay? He says, well, you're not going to know. You just have to take my word for it. And she said, well, I'm questioning it. And he said, I guess that's fair. And she said, because you do things that aren't becoming of a man. Tony looked up at her like, excuse me, what you mean by that? And I was like, he probably should have never said anything because we wouldn't be going where we're about to get to, because now we're about to get into it. Because she was like, okay, let's take it back to day one and your little entanglement with Natasha. So I'm sitting here like, whoa, 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 whoa. Last time it was an entanglement, that meant people was out here sexing other people while they was in relationships with other people. Now, is that what we talking about? Apparently it is, okay? Tony told us in his confessional, Natasha was a beautiful lady and she had got eliminated, and he wanted to get to know her on a more physical level. So now I'm sitting here like, time out. Because Natasha's not here to defend herself, and I don't think this is something that we should be putting out. But since it's out, let's go ahead and get into it, okay? Morgan says, thanks for telling me, because I know it took a lot out of you to tell me that you went after the lowest hanging fruit that went home the first night. And I said, now, that was too much, Morgan. That was way too much. See, Morgan is one of those girls that she's going to cut you till it hurts, okay? And she set this up on purpose, and she wanted to put it out there because she wanted to jump ahead of it so that no one else could throw it in her face later. That's what this was. And she probably, and I'm going to go as far as to say that she probably even sucked this thing out with Tony so she could throw it in his face because she's that spiteful, okay? Then she tells us in the confessional that she only says something because he takes his actions too lightly. She's talking about something, so where are your standards? You just put your penis in anything. Ciao. Woo, baby. Let me tell you something. That Morgan, what did Natasha do to you, sis? What? No, I need to know. I gotta know. I want to know. Because when Tony tried to, defend her a little bit, okay? Because he was like, first of all, I'm not going to sit here and allow you to degrade Natasha like that. And Natasha's a beautiful woman. And she's like, no, she's not. And I'm just trying to figure out what in the world did Natasha do to you, okay? What man did she steal of yours? Tony? We doing all of this over Tony? Has she ever came out her mouth sideways to you? No. I feel like it was very disrespectful and very distasteful. You sitting there, you could be mad at him all you want. But don't be coming at her like she knew that was your man. Don't be talking about something she not beautiful. She's the lowest hanging fruit who went home first, doing all that and the most. And I'm not going to be mad if Natasha run up on you at the daggone reunion. Because I feel like she might need to. Just saying. Just saying. But ultimately, Tony tells her, like, I told you because I respect you. That's why I told you. And I care for you. And I want us to move forward. So then she tells him that she's not giving him the green light. It's at yellow right now. And he was like, I don't know what that means. And I said, I don't know what that means either. Because Morgan, either you're going to be with Tony or you're not going to be with Tony. But whatever game you're playing, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. And Tony, did you come here to find love or did you come here to get your rocks off? So then Jeffrey and Marc Anthony meet up, and I don't care. They broke up. They broke up. Don't care. Nope, not doing it. Y'all, I can't with Jeffrey. I'm sorry. So then Marc Anthony and Mercedes go on a FaceTime with his cousin. And the cousin Chris got all his questions written down in his notebook because he came out the gate swinging. Like, you ever been married? You ever been engaged? All of these things are the things, okay? So then he asked her what marriage means to her, and she says, you know, she just want to be friends. She want to have a good marriage. Of course, she want to have, you know, traditional marriage where her husband leads the family and this, that, and the other. But she want to be the type to go drop off her kids and go get lit with her husband. She want to be the ones that we can still go to the strip club. We can still go hang out. We can still do all that stuff. And I was like, you could do all of that, girl. Just because you get married don't mean you can't do nothing. Baby, that's when you're supposed to live your best life. Okay, you got a permanent friend to do every hood rat thing that you want to do hood rat things with. Well, I'm the hood rat in my relationship because my husband literally just be standing there while I do hood rat stuff by myself, okay? But what I'm saying is that is your partner in crime, okay? And if you halfway lucky, you get someone who balance you out, because like me, I like to drink, okay? I'm a drinker, okay? My husband, on the other hand, he's not a heavy drinker, so he drives. See? Perfect. It's just perfect. We go out, we have a great time. I get drunk, I get lit, he drive me home, and we go to sleep. So I don't want Mercedes to feel like, I hate when people make it seem like marriage is like a death sentence and you're not going to be able to do anything or go anywhere anymore, because once you start having kids, that's the end of all be all. No, have your kids young so that the kids can be out the house by the time you turn 45, 50. You're out there living your best life. Your kids is grown. They don't need you as much as they needed you when they was toddlers. And that's just that on that. You did what you was supposed to do. You was fruitful, multiplied. Now you out here living your best life. And I'm with it. Okay. Then his cousin tells her that, you know, Marc Anthony might be moving to New York and how she won't feel about a long distance relationship. And I'm sitting here like, why would you come on the show to find love in Miami if you don't plan on being in Miami? Like, this doesn't even make sense to me. And she's like, I don't know how I feel about long distance relationships. And I'm like, it ain't gonna work. I don't believe in long distance relationship because I'm too needy and clingy. So it would never work for me. And from the looks of it, I don't think it's gonna work for Mercedes either. But when Mercedes leaves, his cousin says that she's a good shorty. She's a good shorty. And he definitely should give her a try. And I think they should try it. But just not long distance. Like, Marc Anthony, this doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. So Anthony takes Cynthia on this cute beach cabana date. And it's so nice. He got the roses out, rose petals on the ground, and the roses and the flowers and everything. And it's so cute. And they were just sitting down talking. And Cynthia tells Anthony that she don't see life not being beautiful with him, with the way that they're both, you know, successful in their careers and great parents, and, you know, how they could just focus on them because that would be very important and things like that. And I'm just saying, like, this is so cute. Like, I need them to be a thing. No, seriously, I do. When he pulled out the oil and he went to rub the feet, I said, I know that's right. Cynthia said, now you can't just be doing this today. You need to be doing this all the time. And I'm like, yes, all the time. The only thing that pissed me off about all of this was at the end when Cynthia was thinking about Andre. Because I'm like, for what? Don't even bring that man name up. He's not even doing half of any of this. Let him go chase after Jeffrey so where he don't have to do much. I really just need for Cynthia and Anthony to go ahead and wrap this thing up and be one of our couples so that she could stop playing this whole interest thing in Andre, because baby, Andre ain't no Anthony, and that's just that on that, period, okay? So all the men meet up with Tommy for their last deliberation. Of course, Tommy's asking them how everything went. And you know, Marc Anthony is like, oh, my cousin said give Mercedes a chance. And you know, Anthony is like, my cousin said Cynthia's a nice girl. You know, the basics, okay? So then we get to Tony. And Tony says how his sister was concerned because Morgan wanted to go to counseling. And he was like, but I think she meant coaching. And Tommy was like, no, she said what she said. If she said counseling, then she meant counseling. Either way, they both the same thing. That's true. That's definitely true, okay? So then he brought up what happened with Natasha. And I'm saying here like, this is what I'm saying. Don't never kiss and tell. Don't never kiss and tell. But I will say in Tony's defense, it seems as if he did not want to say it, okay? He just said that he had to tell Morgan about him and Natasha. Tommy's like, what happened between you and Natasha? And you could tell that Tony was very uncomfortable saying it, but he said that they was intimate. Now, here's my thing. Here is my thing. Because even Tommy was like, you broke the rule. Like, the one rule was do not date someone after they are out the process. I'm like, exactly. Because you already broke the rule with dating someone who was in the process, out the process. Then you had sex with that person when y'all not even supposed to meet up with these people without filming. So now I feel like, Tony, were you authentically really invested in any of these relationships or this process if you took the time out of your day to go meet up with Natasha, to really get to know Natasha enough to actually have sex with her? See, this is my thing, because the whole time that you was entertaining Natasha and y'all was going out on these couple of dates, you also was entertaining Marcia, you also was entertaining Morgan, and you was out here doing all of this and, you know, putting all this effort and, you know, and then when Marcia was telling you that she needs you to really like step it up a little bit, you was out here putting that energy and daggone Natasha. So now I'm starting to look at you sideways because I feel like your intentions are not pure and you didn't really come here to find love. You came here to find out who you could smash the fastest. But you messed with the wrong because Morgan's not the one. Okay, just like Tony said, are you sure that Morgan's okay with this? And you sitting there stuttering like, I mean, she said, I mean, of course she's upset, but you know what happened to men who do Morgan wrong? They lose their hair. And I heard she did some other things to some other people that didn't get aired. So you better stop playing with fire, because she's definitely the type to burn you. So then all of it, so now we get to Andre, and Andre still has two connections. So somehow, some way, he got to make the decision. And I'm like, they better not send Cynthia home, because that don't make no damn sense, because Anthony is still there. So sending Cynthia home wouldn't make sense. So when he brought her to go talk to her, I couldn't believe that he said that he was about to send Cynthia home over Jeffrey. Andre, that's how I know this was all a setup, because ain't no way in the world we was about to do that. Ain't no way. But he ultimately decided to keep her, as he should, because she needs to go home and be with Anthony. Period. And that was the episode. Ready to Love, Season 7, Episode 12. Child, it's the entanglements of it for me. I just feel like the reunion gonna be lit, because I need to see and I need to hear what Natasha got to say about all of this, because, baby, I did not see this coming at all. I think this is the first time where it's actually been admitted that cast members actually was doing it during the process. With all that being said, do not forget to like the video, comment down below, let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Drop me some yellow hearts and let me know you was here. With all that being said, I'm about to here, y'all. Peace.